Hello, everybody. Welcome to another one of these Sunday hobby hangouts with myself, Zach, and Megan here from the Hobby Collab. Today, we are working on some really neat terrain that was sent to us.
It's neat.
By Games Workshop.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah, this is an ad. This is one of those ads that we do now all the time. Remember to love and subscribe to our show. That's an ad for our show from us directly. That one's an ad right from the source. Okay, here it is, glaring it up on all of our hot studio lights. Spearhead, Sand and Bone. There it is. Now, listen.
We got that.
Before everybody says, are you guys going to play Spearhead on the channel?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It doesn't do very well. You guys don't like it. You guys tell us you want to see it, and then you don't want to watch it.
Quit lying.
Don't lie to us.
If you guys didn't lie,
we're not lying
to
you. This is an ad.
Yeah, this is an ad. This is an ad. You guys hate Spearhead. You don't watch it.
We do like Ghyran. You guys like Ghyran, so we're going to paint it up. We're going to use it in Ghyran.
We're going to use it in
like Ghyran games, like regular games that are taking place in Ghyran.
So let me show you what comes in the box real quick, because this is an ad, and this is kind of like an unboxing. We get to do one of those unboxings. Okay, so you.
But we already opened it.
Yeah, we did. We did.
We'll show
that. Okay.
Okay.
So first, you get the box, the actual cardboard elements of the box. You get that. You get to keep that. Okay. Next, you get a sprue, a single sprue that
one sprue. This is such an easy kit to put together.
We have clipped some stuff out together already.
Where's the lid?
It's here.
Let me see.
Well, it's not a lid.
It's not a lid. It's like a box.
It's like a sleeve.
This is great.
And you get, and that's, and you can keep
all
that.
the instructions are on the back. I like it when that is the case. I'm like, oh, I can handle this.
Basically
I can
easy.
do this in an hour.
In fact, the other 4 pieces that are in here are like these Sigmar Mausoleum style walls from the old Sigmar Mausoleum kit. And you can basically just, in fact, they don't require any assembly. You just clip them out and they're ready to go.
Great.
So there are these four walls. And then the other 2 pieces of terrain, I'll show you. Let's put them on the shoulder cam.
This is what we're finishing up today.
This is what we're working on today. So we're going to use these for
places of power.
Places of power. Yeah.
That's like a good go-to. Hey, I have this cool piece of terrain, but I don't know what to do with it. Like, just make it a place of power. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anything can be a place of power.
Now, you see me up there in the corner. That's us. That's us. We're still here. There's a smaller version of us and a different camera, and we're able to put the camera through technology, a smaller version of us in the top corner, so you can keep seeing us. So what you also see here is you get books.
Stuff. You have to read.
You get stuff.
I didn't want this part.
Yeah. There's cards here. These are the.
Wait, why are we unboxing in the small picture? It's like all the big stuff happening.
Spearhead is fun, I will say.
Wow, cards.
I hate.
Oh my god! For a second, I saw this and I thought it was like lorem ipsum. I was like, oh no, they forgot to change the lorem ipsum. It's still lorem.
Yeah,
we're good.
We're
safe.
So
sorry.
That's a font, by the way. So
what is a font?
Lorem ipsum. Right?
That's not a font.
What is it?
It's like filler text so that you can see what your layout's going to look like when you're designing something.
Or what
it's
your
just
font
like fake.
Looks like.
Well, I guess the font.
Speaking of fonts,
we're gonna move on.
Okay.
We're doing this unboxing, I guess.
All right, so this is what I do want to just say, because there are people in here that are like, "Oh, I'm kind of bummed that you guys aren't gonna do Spearhead, or that you appear to be making
literally
fun."
Nobody has said that.
I know, but there might be on the rewatch, or people that are like, "Oh, you guys are making."
Those guys.
Spearhead is cool. We've played it. I actually think it's super fun.
I like playing it.
It's super fun.
We're not ripping on the game.
It just doesn't stream well.
You guys just don't like watching it on stream.
We had a really good sample. We had a really good test run to see how it does at
Adepticon.
At Adepticon. Saray and I streamed the AOS finals at Adepticon, the AOS GT. It did pretty good numbers for us. And then Saturday, we said, we're going to do Spearhead. We think there's... we would have been better off coming back home and streaming a normal AOS game. So, it just doesn't do well
fine.
numbers-wise.
It was fun. But you know what I can see us doing with Spearhead? We do these, Mandrill hangout games in just randomly.
That could be cool.
It'll just happen.
That
Because
we
we're like,
do.
we need a practice game. Let's invite the Mandrills. And then we'll do that in our Discord for the Mandrills.
That's a good idea.
I can see us doing that with Spearhead. Fine. It's not something we're going to stream because of, because, now we're, slaves to the dollars. Isn't that sad? But I can see us doing it in Discord.
Now, I will say this.
Anyways.
I will say this one more thing, Meg. I do want to show off from the box. Since, we
yeah, it comes with all this other stuff.
It comes with one of their cardboard mats. I know people have mixed feelings on their cardboard mats. I personally don't mind them. What's really cool about Sand and Bone is it does not take place in Ghyran, unlike the rest of the AOS season.
Oh yeah, it's in the Shaiish.
It takes place in Shaiish.
I just learned that.
And in particular, they had it take place in a land that we've learned not a lot about over the time. We tend to focus mostly on the Soulblight Gravelords and what they're up to when we go to Shaiish. This time around...
That's heavy.
This time around, one of them is Osaya. That is Osiark. That's where the Osiark Bone Reapers and Catacross and friends are from. One of them is there. Mm-hmm. And the other one is Delorum. Delorum is actually where Lady O is from. So I want to...
Delulu?
I want to show the two sides of the boards graphic art-wise, because they actually are both pretty cool. This is Bone. This is Osaya, where the Osiark Bone Reapers are from. And here's Delorum.
Oh, I get it now.
Here's Delorum, where the Lady O is from. Lady O's stomp.
She's Delulu, yeah.
Home country. So they are actually, I would say this, as far as GW making these goes, these are kind of like this is like the most unique one I've seen out there.
Wait, what's unique about it? Because
just the graphic.
Oh, hold on, because the graphic part,
especially the Delorum one.
Why don't they put terrain on it? This is just like
you
a
put
design.
your own terrain on it.
I guess, but the floor is like
what?
This is a general complaint.
Are you
I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to have some criticism.
Are you suggesting that they put 3D?
No, what's this? Where are we?
Delorum.
Is this
It's a battleground for a skirmish battle.
It's just sometimes there's brick and sometimes there's cracked earth and sometimes there's nothing. What is this? Where are we?
It's like there's
Is it like a mist?
No, it's like the brick is underneath and then the land is encroaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Just checking.
Okay, well that's bone. That's Sand and Bone.
That's cool. You like the artwork though?
I do.
What is different about this?
I like the teal color that Delorum is. It makes them probably for some cool pictures.
Oh, okay.
I think, and then the other one's purple. I don't know. They're a little more or less. They're more supernatural.
I guess I'm expecting there to be terrain the way there is on some of our mats, and these are more graphically pretty, as opposed to actually showing terrain.
Yeah.
Personally, that's how I kind of. I don't know.
Well,
it's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. Zach thinks it's great. I think it's fine.
That is, that is in a nutshell, the Sand and Bone box. Now, so today, I'll go back.
You say you like Spearhead so much, so go get it.
Yeah. Like I said, today we have
these two things.
These two. So we're gonna use them for places of power. This is like a coffin sarcophagus thing. What I've done to these, by the way, is I put a black down, then I put a turquoise down, and then you can kind of see some of the turquoise peeking around, right? That helps kind of get a little bit of a verdigris process going.
Yeah, it's a nice undercoat. So.
Yeah, and then I put bronze down. Yeah, I can't remember what bronze I used.
Yeah, that's okay. But it looks nice. I like. I thought you had already done the verdigris, but yeah, it's a really nice effect. It was this color, right? The Temple Guard.
Yeah, Temple Guard.
Yeah, to get that. So he painted the whole thing with Temple Guard blue first. Mm-hmm. And that's all that's happened. We haven't done any verdigris yet.
Yeah, now...
So that's pretty cool place to start.
Meg's is fairly straightforward. She gets to pick out some different patterns and designs she wants to do on the Neferata bust. That's here. It also has candles down in here.
It's got some candles. There's actually some root growth and stuff that I just noticed now. There's some good pockets here for verdigris, where it's been chipped away, skulls. But I'm going to paint, what I'm excited about is obviously the skin. I get that this is a statue, but I like to imagine it's one of those weird statues that's partially alive. It has her spirit in her or something, a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe. And anyway, so I want to make the skin look real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now for mine,
I like painting skin.
It's sort of like a sarcophagus type thing, but it's got this interesting thing where it has a blood whirlpool, kind of like a fondue, almost like a fondue.
Blood fondue.
And that's swirling around. I guess some vampires will sit around and hang out and dip whatever else in there.
Dip their... It's like a sauce too. Yeah, dip their
they can dip stuff in
bread
there.
Sticks.
And then meanwhile, this other vampire is just getting fed directly, I guess. Pretty risky to get inside this coffin, I think, and let this thing swirl and feed you. Someone could come and pee in it. And then
or barf.
Or barf, you'd have to drink their pee.
Or like some vampire, like this was like a thing in Interview with a Vampire, right? Like if you drink the blood of like a fellow vampire, it makes you sick. So they could like mess with you that way.
Yeah.
Was it Interview? I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, interesting choice for a sippy cup. It's just an open air sippy cup. You have to have a lot of faith in your fellow vampires.
Well, like you said before, under a lot of circumstances, a vampire would have guardians around.
I figured, yeah. It's weird to me, like, this is on the battlefield. Why?
Well, a battlefield can be anywhere, Meg.
Right.
You can't just...
But why is a vampire just, like, sleeping out in the middle of, like, a field? That's the weird thing about this. But it's a place of power. We don't care. We don't have to think about it too much.
Sarcophagus type thing. AOS rom-com title. Thank you, Molecule. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Okay.
A sarcophagus type thing.
Yeah, it's that. So I'm going to get going on this lady. This magical lady bust. Thank you for the super chat, Molecule. You maniac. I feel like we haven't seen Molecule in years.
We haven't been doing a lot. We've been very busy this past 2 weeks.
Well, you know, we keep saying that, and then we're like, we'll be better. Like, we won't be as busy. And then, like, the next week, we're just as busy. I probably won't be in Hobby Hang a lot this week coming up because it's going to be busy. Yay, party lights.
Your life is going to be busy, Meg?
Well, it's going to be busy because, like, there's some boring shit we've been talking about, you know, for weeks now. Like, we're switching, you know, we're reorganizing. It's like all behind the scenes stuff that no one cares about. So,
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we have some behind the scenes stuff going on this week.
Yeah, so we're just like reorganizing the studio, and that's my life. And so it doesn't really, it's not this kind of thing I can work on while I'm in Hobby Hang. It's very physical, which is nice because it's like built-in exercise.
It's not that physical.
It's not that physical, but it means that I am moving as opposed to sitting.
That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
For me, that's a pretty good day for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very excited for us to get to the news. Guys, don't forget to vote in our poll. Like, all polls is very important. We'll explain it to you in a little bit. Don't worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. Just pick something. So like I said, I'm painting her to look like she's alive. And so this is like basically what you're seeing is my vampire skin recipe. Starts with blue. What? Yeah, because I don't want to do like just white skin. I wanted it to look blue, a little more blue. Because everyone does what? Like, I have a hard time following box art. Like, I look to it for the direction. Ew, it's already splintering. I'm so bad. So bad with my brushes. Sorry. Yeah, so I didn't want to just go with white when I was painting my vampires. I was like, well, let's do blue because they're dead. So let's just make them all look like, I don't know, like they ran out of oxygen, which is like a suffocation problem, but I don't care. That was just what I went with.
I think it works, though.
Yeah, it definitely works. I'm not questioning that. I just didn't want to go with white. Or gray. I wanted there to be some color. Wait, is that? And there's not a lot of, like, skin, quote-unquote, skin showing with this bust. This won't take very long.
I'm putting some silver around. There's like this bat wing part in the front of this sarcophagus. And I'm putting some silver iron breaker over top of it. Because I want to be able to actually, believe it or not, put red.
Oh.
Contrast to have like a metallic red on some of this.
Oops. Shit.
It's like these bat wings.
Saray, the vampire put it there because who the hell would go into a middle of a field to find a vampire? It's the perfect plan. I guess, but who's guarding the sippy cup? Saray? Someone's gonna get it.
At the very least, bugs are gonna get in there.
I know, gross. I guess vampires would eat bugs, right? Like,
I don't know about
Why not?
I don't know. I don't really know what they can and can't eat.
Well, is there blood in bugs, or is it just like plasma? Like what even makes up a bug?
I don't know.
What makes up the guys, there's somebody out there who knows about bugs. What makes up the circulatory system of a bug? Is it blood, or is it some other weird bug thing?
It must be some other weird bug thing, because I ate some bugs the other night.
Yeah, but they were cooked and stuff, so... Right, I guess you don't have to, like, strip them before you eat them of their blood. Like, drain them of their blood first, like you do with other animals, before you eat them.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. All I can say is, the ones I had weren't bloody, but again, they were kind of the bug equivalent of beef jerky.
Right.
Yeah, so,
I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
Do a couple layers of this. What? It's funny because I'm like asking for definition between like this bus outfit and the skin, but like that wasn't necessary when they sculpted it, because they're like, of course it's all metallics. It's a bus. It's a statue. I'm like, no. Where's the flesh?
Or stone, right?
Or stone, yeah. Although they did paint it. Oops, I did that thing you're not supposed to do. They did paint it where she looks like you can see the difference between the skin area and the...
Yeah, they look like they did theirs like it was marble, and then they paint it over the marble, like a Roman statue kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think I'm going to leave this, though, to look bronze, so it's like... I don't know. I like the, like, juxtapositioning the flesh with, like, nope, it's still a statue. Like, okay, so it's magic, right? Like, you can see here where the arms are cut off, like, oh, it's still bronze. But the statue can move around, I think. I like the idea. I wish her face was like doing something. Because I like to imagine that she's, like, looking at things. Like, it's like, never mind, no one's listening to me. Who cares?
No, they're not. But what you mean specifically is, like... She's alive?
Like her, like Neferata's spirit is in this statue. Not like it's trapped, but just like...
You just need to figure out what Neferata does. Like, what does she do?
We need to get to the news.
Like, does she actually look around? Does she talk? The mouth on the statue doesn't move.
Well...
So, it'd be weird if she talked. Or does the mouth move?
I would want it to move. I would want it to make sound. Like like she's maybe not like talking, like it's not humanoid, but it's humanoid, but like it just makes monster sounds.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, can we get to the news? I'm like, we need to get to the news right now. It's like we're getting I'm like
got
champing.
Memes. Meg wants to share some of our personal Sunday plans with you guys as well.
Oh. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not what this is. Okay, I gotta let this dry anyway before I get to the next coat. Zach and the news. Number one in the news today, we're gonna go see Friendship.
Yeah, we're excited.
This is not an ad for Friendship. However, this whole episode is an ad for Games Workshop, because we have to say that. But not an ad for Friendship. We're just gonna go see it, and we're very excited about it. And if you are familiar with Tim Robinson, you'll know that he's crazy. His style of humor is insane. But we're obsessed with I Think You Should Leave. It's sketch comedy. We're gonna have a little in-game all stream long. You guys can play along if you're familiar with the show or not. Mm-hmm. But basically, we each assigned each other 5 sketches that we need to make references to during this stream.
Yeah.
The loser holds the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's like what's at stake. It's small. So if you guys can catch these little references, it's more fun for you. And if not, you probably won't notice, or we'll just sound insane.
Do you guys, I have a question actually for folks at home. And Meg, you're kind of like 50-50 on movie theater popcorn. I thought you didn't like it. And then more recently, I've noticed that you do like it.
So I need people to understand this about me with food I like or don't like. This goes for like soup. And okay, there we go. I was like, chat is not talking. They've been not talking for like 20 minutes. All right, here it is.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Saray said something dumb and that kind of shut everything down, I thought.
No, it's because it just was out of sync. So I was like, we gotta switch this up.
Oh, got it.
Anyways, they're there. They're watching. They didn't just go to sleep. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Things that I eat that I say hate, like chips and soup. These are things I tell people, like, I don't like those things. And it's true. Popcorn, I don't like these things. I don't. But the reason why I don't like them isn't because I hate them. Like, I will never, like, they make me sick or they gross me out or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. It's all for, like, reasons of, I don't know why. I'm not even going to try and make sense of it all. But, like, popcorn, I don't like popcorn because they're all different reasons. I don't like popcorn because it gets stuck in your teeth, right? And then you, like, tear up your tongue trying to get it out of your teeth. And I'm like, God, why does anybody eat this? But then we get to the theater or you make it at home and I'm like, it's covered in butter. It's covered in salt.
Well, the movie theater stuff is covered in butter and salt.
The UK, I'm not sure if you're familiar with, salt is like, I guess, considered a spice that you can add to your food to make it taste like something. You guys might want to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, soup, like, I'm not thirsty, but if I'm sick, I'll eat soup. Anyways, things like this. So I will eat popcorn, but I don't want it. I'll never order it. If it's not there, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love movie theater popcorn.
You do.
It's one of my favorite parts about going to the movies. Oftentimes I just get one by myself because Meg's not super into it.
Yeah.
But I don't even care. I'm like, yay, I'll just get a medium popcorn by myself and eat it. Yeah, I'm a pretty big movie theater popcorn person. Like, I'll literally make a smaller lunch for myself after this stream, knowing that we're going to the movie theaters in a couple hours afterwards. I don't know. What do you guys think? Movie theater popcorn, yay, nay? Anyway, we shall see who can get more of these quotes in,
references,
secret quotes in, and we're excited to go see a movie together. There's another movie out that I thought I wanted to see. I can't remember what it was. I would actually. This is weird for me, I know, because I almost have to walk something back I've previously made a big deal of. I would actually go see the new Wes Anderson movie, too.
I have not seen any previews for it. I'm so excited for the previews today, like, because I never see them.
Yeah. I heard this new Wes Anderson movie is supposed to be, like, the Wes Anderson movie for people who started to like Wes Anderson when they were younger and then got tired of all the Wes Anderson movies being the same. This movie, which is me. This movie is supposed to be
Where'd you read that? Reddit?
No, it was like a real article, like by like a real article. Yeah, a real person.
Oh my God, Soups gets a point.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw it though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's number one in our news. So be on the lookout for our references. You just made one. I caught yours.
Right before we went to the news, yeah.
Yeah, that was what made me want to go to the news.
Right.
Okay, this is Yusuf's. Zach, talk to me about this one. I get the format of this meme, but it's like really hard to read with the way the images are overlaid. Hence, Yusuf, you obviously didn't get meme of the week because we're showing it first.
Yeah,
you should work on that.
You didn't, and I'll tell you, the more I look at it, the more, okay. So in the actual Simpsons episode, there's a... First of all, I guess we're reading from right to left, top to bottom. So I guess this is the style, I guess it's Japanese that we're reading this. I'll be honest with you, I included this because, of what's happening right now. So in the actual episode of The Simpsons, there's a goat. Or there's a little lamb, and they're like, oh, and then they look over, and there's another little lamb, and they're like, oh, because it's even cuter. Though. No, it's smaller. And then they look over one more time, and there's an even tinier little lamb, and they're like, oh, like it's like the cutest one. And then while they're looking at that one, another one of the previous lambs like starts to walk in front of,
and they're like,
get out of the way. Homer's like, out of the way, you.
Yeah.
So. Is it?
Well, what is it that just came out that Soups is referencing?
That's that Yusuf is referencing?
Yeah, that's the news portion of this meme. Everything else after is just you ripping on the meme, which is fine. But what is it that he's talking about? Like the new manifestation that came out, right?
This is Methala and then the Incarnate of the Deep for Deepkin, which I'm very excited for. Yeah. This is one of my main armies. I'm very excited for this. So yeah, that part I get. I sometimes wonder, like, you know, I've called out Soysumer a lot over the years, but you know, over the years,
he's only been with us for like a year max, I think.
I've called out Soysumer over the decades. Let's go back to days, over the days. But sometimes I look at this. It was like that time Liberty used a meme that was like, here's a unicorn, and it had a rhino with 2 horns. It's like, guys, there's actually a rhino with 1 horn that exists. You could just use that. It feels like these are just lazily made. Like, is Yusuf like making this on his phone at 3 a.m. when he wakes? Like, the formatting doesn't make any sense. I can't read this. Like, why is it right to left?
I don't know, but okay. So that's the news. There was a new manifestation for Deepkin. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
I don't know what the news is here, but
this is an ad for.
It's an ad for Bear Oh, right. Hashtag ad. Yeah. Thanks.
That you and Barry, I think,
and Beyonce
made for Dan
promoting
of Bear Cavalry.
Beyonce is an official sponsor of Bear Cavalry paints.
Yeah.
Get your Bear Cavalry paints today.
Yeah, just don't use her tax guy, Dan. That's for sure. Otherwise, that's a great sponsorship.
Yeah. Isn't that great? You should make sure to tell everyone, Dan, that Beyonce officially endorses your paint.
But Dan doesn't like that kind of music. He likes like metal.
It's not about that. It's about the endorsement. It doesn't matter who it is. This is Haiti. This is not Barry.
Haiti,
yeah,
okay.
Haiti, yeah.
Okay.
Haiti is stepping up. Haiti is like becoming like the meme king around here, around these parts. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, is there a Barry meme at some point?
I don't know, actually. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's going to be, no, but next week there's going to be a meme where I'm Andy and I'm dropping Barry and it's like, I'm done with you. And then there's like Haiti, somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That meme template. Am I crazy? Never mind. God damn it, Zach.
All right. Moving on. All right. Carcanos made this one. Polly says literally anything to Meg.
Yeah.
Meg, listen here, you little shit.
Polly harasses me.
Why are you bullying Polly?
I'm not bullying Polly. Polly bullies me.
I just got one in.
You did. Why are you bullying me? Yeah, good one.
Yeah, you do. We do bully Polly. He deserves better.
You know, does he though? Does Polly deserve better?
I don't know. He does get bullied a lot, but he is. It's true. He does put himself out there.
Polly's mean to me, so I don't give him any slack.
Is that we're supposed to use the rags?
No, I don't know why they're up there. Okay. Anyway, so Polly is just mean to me in my streams, that's all. Journeys. You guys catch Journeys. It's every day because I'm an idiot. This is Liberty. You added this to the mix. Why is this here? Is this a template that we're promoting? You picked it.
Yeah.
So you need to explain yourself. Why is this even here? This isn't a meme. This is just a picture of John.
So what?
Can you guys do something with this, please?
It's supposed to be like Salt Bay. Do you know who Salt Bay is?
No.
You probably don't know who Salt Bay is. Thank God you don't. I almost want to protect you from that knowledge. Yeah, okay. There you go. Barry Hercules, Salt Bay John. Yeah, Salt Bay.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Salt Bay is this.
Too old for this shit.
He's this Turkish chef, Instagram chef.
Okay.
And he everything he does just makes you want to punch him in the face.
Oh.
I would describe him that way. I don't know why he's so big or popular. But like this is a big thing he does is he sprinkles salt real dramatically. Like over top of food, like stupidly. Yeah, he's probably not really a chef. Yeah, he's just a total jackass. He's one of those people that everybody just loves to hate.
And John just looks like him in this?
He does have he does wear his hair like this, like John does, and he does do like this thing. So after this, someone posted it. But nobody like turned, but you chose it. No one really turned it into a Salt Bae meme.
Yeah, so why are we showing it? Thanks a lot, Liberty. I'm disappointed. This is Madman. Zach, last week we talked about trees. Mm-hmm. Our segment was just you talking about trees. And I was very confused. I was like, wait, what's the gag? He's like, nothing, we're just talking about trees. What? So, I think that was a Meg reference. What? Okay, anyway, but we got a meme out of it.
That's true, a YouTube user. Yeah, nobody did that. But if you do, Salt Bae always wears these stupid sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Like he wears them indoors.
Yeah. Can you guys please turn that non-meme into a meme? That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Madman is a madman. He makes Mad Dog. He makes some.
He's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog makes
That's not a thing.
He makes some crazy memes, and here's one of them.
Yeah. He does. Like, I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, stop screaming. What the hell is that?
Antiquity. Like, why? What?
I was saying that these trees reminded me of antiquity, which is like kind of
like, in general, these trees remind me of old things.
I think.
What?
Guys, am I wrong? Is there like in 300 when he's like visiting the Oracle? Isn't it like full of these trees to make it look like weird? I mean,
this makes me think of like the Lion King. Like these are just.
They're not even in Africa.
They're not. Yeah, but like they look similar to those like spindly like African. Tree like they look like giant canopies, right? I don't know. That's what this reminds me of. I get that this is not where they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks, Mad Dog.
Yeah, thanks, Mad Dog.
I do love how Madman just shows like he'll watch a stream after it's gone live, and we'll see memes from it like weeks later. Okay, he got up on the streams. Okay, what happened? Was this me and this is the game with me and him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Saray is starting to get some character development. I didn't realize he didn't have any.
Yeah, I think
it's good that he's been here a couple of years. He's finally getting some character development. Yeah. It's I guess that he's a liar.
Dude,
Saray's a liar.
Yeah, he still craps. He still lies. He's Saray. We know him. We love him.
Nice.
And you know what? I will say this about Saray. In yesterday's game, it's not. I realize it's not me who's having bad dice rolls. It's not even the side of the board. There's like a virus going around that's infecting one player at a time. Yesterday's game could have been really good, but Saray's dice rolls were gosh awful all game long. And Brett's again pretty like average, a little bit above average maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Saray did shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Reaching.
I'm not good at these.
It's your idea.
I know, it's bad. I'm like, wait, it's been 40 minutes. I haven't said a single one. Okay, can we move on? That was embarrassing.
Definitely.
I hate myself.
Definitely.
Kill me.
No, don't hate me.
Meg telling Soy he can't yell at her anymore. What was this? This feels old to me. I told Soy he can't yell at us anymore because we included his memes or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but let's move on. I'm not interested in talking about Soy.
The thing about Soy is that he doesn't communicate with us in any other way other than memes, really.
Yeah.
Like he's not in these chats. He's not often here. I've seen him in like a hobby hang. I think never. I've seen him in like one of these once or twice. Though. It is okay. It's
what I love about Soy is that he goofs off and he'll harass us, right? But he'll also like just talk. Like he'll like show us his projects and he'll like actually have normal conversations with people in our Discord. He's not just like a psycho, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, he's great. I don't know what he's up to. I don't know what he gets up to though. Like really.
When does he watch these? I'm so like, what is it like to be Soy?
Very little.
We really. We really know very little.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyways, we ate bugs on stream not long ago.
We did. Not long ago, Thursday. Meg, we haven't really talked about it a lot. Folks at home also. How did everybody feel about the bug eating? I never really got to talk about it.
I mean, I guess people liked it, so it's good in that way, but
Did you like it?
No. I didn't like eating bugs.
You only ate the worm.
I only ate the worms.
The bamboo worm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same with Saray.
I didn't like it.
You guys didn't eat the beetle.
Should have done smoothies. Yeah, if we had done smoothies, then it would be no big deal.
You didn't eat the beetle.
No, I'm not touching that. You guys can't make me. I never said I would do that.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
No.
The beetles are still here in the
I'm not eating them. Like, good for them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the beetles were not good. I'll be honest. You know, can I take a moment here in the middle of the news to talk about something?
Okay.
This thing happens when you go through life where you keep getting, like, jabbed at by, I'm going to say, people on the fringes of society trying to suggest that society needs to change in some way. Like, oh, we should all be eating insects. The environment will be better and everything like that, right?
Sure.
The funny thing is that I have been this person for a long time. So, like, yeah, why aren't we eating more insects? That might be good for us. Like, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good for the environment, blah, blah, blah. But it turns out there's a good reason for it. And they taste like shit. They don't taste good. And you're kind of like, you end up like, when you're trying to be an open-minded person, when you got your college degree and you go out into the world, what you don't realize is that you sat in college and people told you all this stuff. It's like, they're just harsh realities. Here's a harsh reality. Bugs taste like shit. And people were like, there's a meme that's like, land bugs, sea bugs. Land bugs, it's like, is it Drake or whoever? And he's like, ooh, I don't want the land bugs, sea bugs, yum. Yeah, I don't know. They taste good. Also, we don't eat everything from the sea, right? Like, those beetles tasted bad. They were bad. They were not good at all. So, food for thought, literally.
Yeah. Barry's suggesting advertising a bug eating stream and play Spearhead. Maybe that's how we get the numbers for Spearhead.
But if we here's the thing, Barry. Here's why we wouldn't do that. What we would do is a bug eating stream and play AOS. Then we would get higher numbers.
Yeah. I feel like Spearhead isn't in our Q zone, but if you add bugs to it, then it's in our Q zone.
I would say it's not. Neither are exactly in our Q zone.
Okay.
Especially eating bugs.
Okay. There's got to be a way to get me to eat a roach.
Okay. Speaking of, here she is. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's the response to this meme. That's the response to this conversation. That's just my go-to response, encapsulated with a meme.
Okay.
This is my meme of the week. I picked this one. I thought it was great. But yeah, here's what happened. So this week was a little tumultuous in terms of like informing.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like, we announced. No, what was it?
Well, we didn't do anything wrong. Oh no! Oh yeah, we did.
We might have fucked this whole thing up. We did stream our first game. It was Ogre, with the launch of Ghyran for realsies. Mm-hmm. It was Ogres and what was the other thing? Ogres versus Bone Reapers. Yeah. And we referred to a rule that was going to be updated, when we had this, like, what day was it? It was Wednesday, right? When, like, stuff went, you guys got to see, like, new stuff on Wednesday. New points and all that stuff, right?
New points.
Except you didn't really get to see it.
And still haven't.
They still haven't released it to you people. But, like, you people, they told, we have it, but you people don't have it.
Yeah.
And we accidentally said something in that stream, so we had to take it down. We didn't tell anybody what it was. Nobody really caught it, except the Coochie Dancer, a.k.a. T. Neva. And I was like, God damn it, quiet. We didn't do that on purpose. But anyways, it was just like messy because we followed the rules. We were like, okay, this is not coming out Wednesday. We're not gonna say anything, right? Mm-hmm. Got this email at like 3 a.m. our time. Like, okay, don't do this. Okay, we're not doing it. Great. And then later on in the morning, we're like, okay, do it. Oh, okay. So then we could put stuff live. And we're like sitting there talking, like we were talking about points because we got the okay to talk about points and stuff like that.
Warhammer put up everything.
Goonhammer.
Yeah,
sorry, and then had to pull it down and then put it back up. It was like very messy. Come on, Andy. It's fine. It happens.
Yeah, but Andy sends an email about it.
It's fine, yeah. Cool, yeah. And it was just very sweet because the community is like, should you be saying that? Like, are you okay? Like, should you talk about points? We're like, yes. We know it doesn't look that way, but it's totally fine. Everything's fine.
Well, this is certainly the first time in a very long time when people, as far as the community goes, there's a lot of influencers and a lot of core fans of influencers and followers. I don't necessarily love using the word fans, but followers of influencers.
Followers is weird too. I don't like it.
Yeah, that sounds like
you. That's why I say you people.
You people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's sort of like a weird number of influencers that people look out for, right? And it's nice to be one of those. And this is the first time Games Workshop has I think done something like this. There's a lot going on for those guys right now. Listen, of course, we are a giant ad for Games Workshop now at this point.
Ad.
But I will just say this: there's a lot going on over there right now. With a lot of them are trying to. There's like weird stuff going on in the 40K sphere that I don't even follow. But I know people have a lot of thoughts and opinions on, is stuff getting leaked or how that's happening. So it's kind of interesting to think about. And the other big thing is, in addition to when I say there's a lot of stuff going on, there's literally a lot of stuff getting released, right? We're in the middle of very big releases for 3 games right now. And the 3 biggest games. Only Old World is not popping off right now, right? We've got AOS new GHB. We've got all the new Saturnine stuff and the new edition of Heresy. And then I know that's not quite out yet, but it's being featured on Warcom. And then whatever the hell is getting released in 40K, what is it? Space Wolves, Thousand Suns? I don't know anymore. But whatever is getting released, it's crazy. There's so much going on right now. And my guess is Warcom is kind of the issue. Not that Warcom's doing anything wrong. They want to release one piece of news a day. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be like, here's some Heresy news.
Extend like the hype.
We know that GW wants everybody to play all their games. They don't want their community segregated, right?
And hating each other.
Yeah. So they don't want to be like, here's Heresy news and here's AOS news in the same day. They want to be like, here's today's Heresy news. If you want to read news, you're reading about Heresy today, right? So I think there's a lot going on. I know it was a bit of a mess, and it's still weird because still people don't have the stuff that we have, right?
Right. Yeah, it was very eye-opening for me what this is going to be like, doing this with GW, and it's not what I expected, but now I understand. I just need to be a little more on top of things because I don't want to make this the worst day at anyone's job.
You've worked in the tech industry out here in Silicon Valley, so you've worked for companies that have this kind of thing. And
it doesn't go like this. So I'm like, okay, I just need to adjust my expectations.
The thing to remember,
we'll be fine.
And maybe GW does too. The thing though to remember is that they have competition. They know they have competition. They view other companies as competition, but it is just a different industry all around. What my observation has been that people in the gaming industry, and honestly, GW is the least people, I would say.
The least people.
The least amount of what I'm about to say. But just different people I've worked with in different companies that we know, ones that are gone over my 10 years plus of doing like gaming club and getting sponsors or being at a different YouTube channel, being at this YouTube channel, is that they're just sloppy. It's a sloppy industry. It is a sloppy industry.
Gamers.
Full mostly of people and foremost. You want to start talking the new rules for like the coolest new tank that came out, everyone snaps to attention in the room and it's like, oh. You want to start talking about like logistics or supply chains, everyone's like, oh, okay.
It's very like zoning out.
It's very different. By contrast, the tech industry, I've been involved also. I've been teaching. I've taught at Google. I've taught at Intel. Companies Meg's worked at and the people there. It is full of assholes. It is absolutely full of assholes.
Isn't every industry full of assholes?
The tech industry is especially full of nerd assholes who are peaking right now, right? And probably, I don't know. Maybe got away with too much as kids.
Yeah.
Unprofessional bullshit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Polly. See, this is why I'm just going to ignore Polly. Soups. Anytime people ask you for leaks, just firmly tell them. It's illegal for you to ask me that.
Thank you for
the reference.
It's not illegal, but that is a good response. It's illegal for you to ask me.
I know. What I usually do is just like, I don't know what you're talking about, which is actually true most of the time. Like 99% of the time when I'm telling you I don't know, it is 100% true. 99% of the time. I purposely like don't learn things. Like if I don't need to know a piece of information, then I just ignore it. Like,
do you do that at work too?
I do it everywhere. That way when you go to ask me, I can't bluff. Like I'm not someone who can bluff. So I'm just like, I don't know. And it's true. You could have asked me so many things about this release and I'd be like, I don't actually know because I don't look. I just play my practice games and ask then.
Occasionally walk into the room and start yelling at me about something that you know nothing about. That's very enlightening to suddenly know that a piece of information about you. You'll like come in the room and start yelling at me because something happened some way or another. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's not even related to this. Or like, it doesn't have anything to do with, like, we didn't do that. That wasn't a thing we did. Or like.
I don't know what you're talking about. See?
Right.
Okay. Oh my God. Yeah.
Did we do all the news?
Soup. Yeah, we did do the news. Thanks. I was going to say T-Neva, but it wasn't T-Neva. I do love T-Neva, aka Bakuchi Dancer, because they hang out with us in our game streams. They put a lot of feedback comments, and they're not mean. They're just like straightforward, like here's the rule, here's where you messed it up, or here's my insight into the rule. And I think that's really nice.
And if you wanna go to some other YouTube channels that run AOS games, he's not that nice to them.
So we're like,
he's very nice to us. He's very polite and nice to us, honestly. You go and
we try our hardest.
He is nice. He is nice to them, but if they keep getting, I was reading one the other day, a channel that keeps getting AOS rules wrong, and he was just like. He's like, I'm so something. He started with something like I'm so tired of this. I bring this up every game. I guess you guys just don't care, but here's how this rule works.
Every game.
It's pretty wild.
But it's Hades. Hades, our ultimate memester this week. But Hades already got that award, so nice. Yeah. Just keeping their reign over.
It's been wild. Listen, here's. At the end of the day, I have this theory. We spend a lot of time. Cody Cold Paints, I don't know if he's in chat right now. Him and I have this conversation a lot. I like Games Workshop, and I'm mostly a pro Games Workshop person, but I think it's okay to be critical. That said, they acknowledge that, of course. I like a lot of other gaming companies too. I actually don't dislike very many gaming companies. Like I don't look at the game, look at the people involved, and I don't like that game or that company. I would say in general, I have a bad taste in my mouth from what I've experienced with War Machine. But that said, if I had a good friend in the area, or and I wasn't so deeply involved here in AOS and in this, and someone's like, hey, come on, come play game of War Machine. It's not that bad. A lot of the community gives it a bad name. I'd totally play it. I would totally go play War Machine, right? Same thing with Conquest. I personally have had some experiences with the company, back when I was at a different YouTube channel that made me not love Conquest, the company, and made me not super like want to get involved in it. I also don't think the game is that interesting to me. I look at it, I'm like, I think I would just do AOS or Old World if I wanted to do rank and flank. I don't get it. But like, there's so many great games out there. And we kind of talked about like, why can't other companies get to GW's level? And there's a lot of reasons we've talked about. Well, these large scale games like Old World, AOS, even Heresy, 40K especially. There's so many factions to choose from when you join, but it's not quite an overwhelming number. And they rein it in all these ways where they're like, want to play 40K? Like, why not play Space Marines? Like, that's why they make a poster boy, so that you have a point of entry. And that's why every edition, they make all kinds of content centered around the poster boy who they're fighting.
Yeah.
Right? 2 years ago, for 40K, it was Necrons.
Here's how it looks from the top.
2 editions ago.
Here's how it looks from the top.
Yeah, from the top. From the top, it's not going to be amazing. I like the skin start though.
That's good.
2 years ago it was, or not 2 years ago, 2 editions ago it was Pariah Nexus, and it was all the stuff with Necrons, and so everyone's like, oh, cool, Necrons, that's the thing. This past one was Tyranids. You saw Space Marine 2. They don't have you fight every faction, right? Space Marine 2, you fight Tyranids, and then, spoiler, if you're halfway through Space Marine 2, Thousand Suns, right? They're kind of like slowly releasing these things. Other companies, I think that's hard to break that. It's hard to come out and be like, I have 24 factions for you to pick from, right? But another thing is just like GW is just very good at
where we're at.
Frankly, weird way to say this, just like dominating our news cycle.
Yeah.
We are they really have their finger on the news cycle. If you are a YouTube channel, for example, like we are, and you want to cover, new releases and stuff, even within GW, I mean, we're literally sitting here at the start of the stream today and telling you folks at home that we're not going to play Spearhead because we know it doesn't do good numbers. We are already playing this, not the first most popular game that GW makes, but the second most popular game based on numbers. And we're not going to then go play an offshoot of that and expect to function as a business. Well, but like you said,
we are going to play Blood Bowl, though.
Yeah,
we are going to have a short Blood Bowl season.
Yeah.
Where we try to make it regular, so you're at least expecting it, and hopefully we only lose like 50 people and not like 1,000.
Yeah. Hopefully we only lose 50 subs when we do Blood Bowl. Yeah, and it'll be
Blood Bowl has a special place in my heart. We're gonna always play it.
The further you go, too, the more you see it. A big example of this was little YouTube insider information, right? We covered Maelstrom Mixer to, not this past Mixer, but the Mixer before. At that time, we had some guests on. Angela came on, Hobby Night. But at that time, that was the biggest 2 days of streaming we had ever had.
Sure.
On our channel. Then we covered it. We did. Since then, we've done LVO. We've done Adepticon. We lived through an edition change for Age of Sigmar. And at this point, second GHB. But in between then and there, we covered Mixer for the second time. Again, it was a big fall off for us.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, these numbers are, out of nowhere. Instead of kind of covering generic and regular match play AOS, hey, this weekend we're covering narrative 40K.
Yeah.
And all the people you know and love, hopefully, or know and hate, or hate to watch, or love to hate watch, Zach, John, especially, none of them are going to be on screen. It's going to be total randos, right? And there you go. So,
why are we? I'm lost track of why we're talking about this.
So you want to? So in other words, okay.
I just remind me why we got off on this tangent and where we're going.
Because
or is this just rant time? Because that's also fine.
No, I'm not ranting. I'm kind of.
This is not a dig on you, by the way. It's a dig on me because my brain. I have a goldfish brain. I can never remember what's going on. We
were talking about news, and we're kind of talking about. In my opinion, it's been a crazy news cycle, And this is you're right, it's a long-winded way. And what I'm trying to rein in and bring back here is just saying that Games Workshop does a very good job of dominating the news cycle. And so that's why so many people cover it, and it's kind of a feeding perpetual machine. The more people cover it, the more people learn about it.
Right.
The more people learn about it, the more news they make. The more news they make, the more people cover it, and it just kind of keeps going, I think. No one's real... And if they make a mistake, it becomes... It's like think about what happened. Some content creators are showing content and telling you they're allowed to show it because they have an email that says they can. But meanwhile, that content hasn't been released to you yet.
It's very
And everyone's
strange,
like, this is weird, isn't it? I mean, like, what?
Yeah, tell me about it.
What if I told you that, like, a company that makes printing cartridges that are recycled did this? You'd be like, okay. Like, you just wouldn't care.
Oh, you would pull up that Meg meme.
Yeah, okay. Like, no one would care, right? Or what if you heard that that Parabellum was having this problem, the makers of Conquest? You'd be like, oh, okay. like I don't think anyone would be that interested in it, right? GW can kind of just make news with whatever they do, good or bad. Or, in this case, it's not really good or bad. It's just like a thing that happened. Mm-hmm. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, sounds like a solid okay from Meg.
It just... It's great. I don't know. What?
I just don't like any of this.
Okay, anyway, so this, just in case anyone cares, this was the base coat, the Fang. Mm-hmm. I did a wash of bloodletter glaze over the top. It's kind of neutral.
Oh, that looks great. And wait. Go back to that, please. Sorry, I just want to see. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
You went, Oh, yeah. That actually does a lot.
The glaze, yeah. Well, and then I'm bringing it back up with like a mix of the Fang and Fenrisian Gray.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So I'll go up again, and then I'll go up one more time with some Blue Horror to brighten up.
If you love this recipe, I'm not sure Bloodletter glaze exists anymore, but I think it would be the contrast. It's like the Magnadrothy one. Okay, I'm checking some recipes here.
Oh, it's 11 already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time flies, guys. Yeah, any orange would be fine. Honestly, the orange I had wanted to use was this one, because this is what I had used before, was Squig Orange. But, like, then I opened it, and I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with mixing it or anything. I just want to throw this away. I don't know why we still have it.
It looks like a diorama of a colonoscopy.
It's so gross. I would like to just throw this away, but I always check with Zach first because sometimes he's like, well, you can fix that.
You can. Yeah. I put a little thinner in there, shake the hell out of it with a little paint stir thing we have. Zzz, that little guy.
Yeah. We'll be like it was never there.
Yeah.
It was gross, right, Saul? Yeah. But I was like, it doesn't really matter. Plus, this isn't even in the army. It's just a freaking statue.
Meanwhile, I'll show you where I'm at, and I'm thinking some next steps here.
I like your little color glazes. Oh, look, it's like spilled blood.
Yeah, no, that is not quite finished. None of this is finished yet, and it does look a little messy. But I'm going to...
It's got nothing to do with spilled blood.
If you turn it this way, you'll see...
Which way?
The profile.
This way.
Yeah. I want to have kind of like a metallic thing going on here. I'm going to wash some of these a little bit, and then I'm going to start in with, I think, with some verdigris, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Next. It's pretty.
Why didn't I paint the liquid piss yellow, you coward? It's fair.
Piss yellow. We did talk about that, Polly, before you got here, about how, like, neighboring vampires might come over and, like, prank this vampire by pissing into the cup. Mm-hmm. So you're not wrong.
Yeah. But this is blood. Not piss.
It's not piss. Piss ain't got nothing to do with it.
All right. I set you up.
You did. Thank you. I was like, I know there's a thing here, but I can't quite make it work. I can't remember how to search it. But you helped me with that one. I'm like, cool, I can tick it off my list. I love you, YouTube user. Yeah.
I do have to say that I do really like the I do like these two pieces of terrain. I almost, it's funny, like Places of Power is such an interesting concept for terrain. Because it allows Games Workshop to make these things that really...
It's really interesting, the Places of Power.
It allows Games Workshop to make these things that really don't do much, but just look super cool. And you put them on the board, they're kind of small, they don't do a lot. But then suddenly you have, I don't know, like they make the board look cool, right? Like, so I don't know, I kind of dig the Places of Power. Steven gifted us... forever ago, Realmscape Objective set.
A play set.
Yeah, and I've turned a bunch of them into Places of Power, which was very cool. They just, those kinds of things make great Places of Power. And, you know, the 40K, I don't think has something similar to it right now, but they should. They should absolutely have, like, comm zones or something where you go up and you do something and you roll die and you get a random benefit or whatever. It's fun. It makes terrain more interactive. Like, I like this idea of interactive terrain in my match play, which is not historically a thing.
I see.
Meg, what color do you think the bat here on the front should be? Do you think I should do the gold? Should I do the red? Should I just leave it like this? Should I do silver? This is going to be silver. There's going to be verdigris.
Honestly,
Copper.
I don't know. I'm like black. Like, I almost, well, no. What I would want to do is sink black here, I think, to make it pop. But
I can do that.
I would, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
I just don't know. I think there's a lot of colors happening, so I'm kind of like...
Yeah, that's why I don't want to introduce a new one.
That's why
And plus, there's still going to be verdigris.
I'm either thinking black or, like, make the stuff around it black so that it pops.
Well, yeah, I can
so like this black and then maybe like, I don't know. There's just a lot of colors going on, so I'm kind of like, I need to sit with it. I don't know. I would say like use black to your advantage. I'm not sure how yet. Got
it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, good food for thought.
Sure that's not helpful to you at all.
Lots to think about.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm serious. It's good thinking about it stuff. It's a lot of thinking going on here. We'll figure it out, though.
What are you talking about? Hey, Willow.
Hey. Oh, yay. Yeah, those little bone kits are annoying.
When is the stepped hill coming back? What are you talking about?
I know what he's talking about.
What's he talking about?
That's like an old kit, yeah.
Oh.
It might, you know, they have been doing that for Old World, right? They've been doing, like, made to order, or they re-released, actually, Soup's got me one when I was in the UK.
He got you a playset?
Yeah, he got me a playset. He got me the, it's the towers and the little house.
Right.
We already have some of them, but I actually have mentioned multiple times that I wanted more. It's kind of funny. I want to be able to build cities, basically, to play our games in, our AOS games. And now here we're in the opposite of cities with Ghyran. It's kind of like encourages us not to do that. But I'm still excited to actually build. So he got me the castle, and I also already have another house. So I have enough to kind of like add quite a bit to the set and have like a more full play set. And I'm actually very excited for that. But what these guys are talking about from that era, they made a hill. There was like a hill. I think that's what they're talking about. It's true. Overgrown cities would look super cool. Oh, you're right. God damn it. I haven't started that yet, and now I'm like, I don't...
We got time.
I can't believe I haven't thought of that yet. That's a great idea. But I might have...
That's why we keep these guys around.
Yeah, I guess I could just paint it to match my current one, and then just start adding like overgrown shit to everything. Yeah, I can make this work. I can figure this out. Thank you, a YouTube user. Great idea. Okay, Meg, I'm going to step off to the paint area and get a couple washes.
I think we need to start our segment.
We do need to start our segment.
It's getting late.
As soon as I get back. As soon as I get
what
back.
am I going to do this whole time then?
I'm only going to be gone for about 90 seconds tops.
God. Okay.
In fact, I can still keep talking.
I'm not prepared for this. I don't know how to talk to these people by myself.
You do Journeys.
I don't know if you've ever seen Journeys, but I really suck at it. It's pretty rough. What's going on? No, I'm not going to sing a song. That's not happening. Thanks, Polly. That's not happening, yeah. Willow has finished building Barrow Guard, and now you're onto the Baronites, and this kit scared. You know what? We didn't have to build that at all, Willow, because Vino was here, and Vino was like, I'll build it.
Vino
we're like,
was
great.
Here and just built them for us.
Did Vino actually volunteer, or did we volunteer Vino to do it?
No, he was like, he came in, I was like doing some hobbying. He was like, do you have anything? And I was like, well, this. And he was like, okay.
Yeah. Vino. Thanks, Vino.
At that time, we were trying to get the Knights on air, which we did.
Yeah.
And
that helped us a lot.
He didn't have to do the guard because we have old Grave Guard that we're going to rebase. And I don't know if I don't know that we're getting to the new Barrow Guard anytime soon. Mm-hmm. Eventually, maybe John will be cool. I want to do 40 Barrow Guard, and then we'll do it.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that's like a thing right now.
Barrow Guard. That's like the Grave Guard. They don't have new models for them, right?
No, they do.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay. We're just using our old models. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it. Okay.
I'll be honest with you. The new models are obviously better.
Yeah.
But it's not like old Croxagore to new Croxagore.
That's good, yeah.
It's not like they got beefier and huge and totally changed. They're pretty similar, conceptually speaking.
Easy to build. Okay. Answer Elijah's questions. No. Not wasting those here. They're my questions now. They're for Journeys only.
What Elijah question? Oh.
He asks these nice like self-reflective questions every Friday, but so since Journeys is on Friday, I stole them to do on the stream, and then now I'm doing Journeys every day, so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna answer these every day because they help me fill time and they're nice.
Yeah, we like
multiple things.
We like just when people give us free content.
Yeah, it's so nice
that
of you guys.
We can then go turn into profit.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. That's big. That's big in business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of business.
Big business brain there.
A lot of business people. I went to business school, you know.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Are you telling me or are you telling them?
I'm reminding you.
I knew that though.
That I went to 2 semesters of business school before I switched majors.
Yep.
Because I hated it. Stealing stuff was definitely covered. Okay, yes. All right. Now, Sand and Bone. We're chatting.
Just read Warcom to fill time on Journeys. Oh my God. I'd be the worst person to do that.
Yeah,
she'd I'd read see something and be like, okay. How much time would that possibly fill?
So 40K is getting totally changed to now be centered around a card system. Dice are out. What do you think about this? Okay.
Okay. We'll see how it goes.
All right. So we wanted to talk about, we're shifting gears. You see Meg is painting a bust of Neferata. Mm-hmm. We're working on Sand and Bone terrain from the Spearhead box, not an ad.
No, this is an ad.
This is an ad.
This
Sorry,
is an ad. We got this for free. We have to say that. This was free. We wouldn't be doing this, or we wouldn't even have this product if they didn't send it to us. So, definitely an ad.
All right, let the conversation in chat begin. These are American.
Oh my God!
Destination.
Look at Mexican. Mexican is getting the wrong idea here.
American destination locations.
These are all American?
Yeah, I picked only U.S. ones.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. We're not being inclusive today.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Most of these are fairly famous and people kind of have the gist of what they are.
All right.
Okay. So, first, what we've got here is... So, it is a little confusing on the left. We're not saying this is the actual ranking of the...
We didn't rank the Mortarks. They're just in an order. They're just in an order.
Although, if we did rank the Ortarks, them, I would have to say this is not all that far off, except for Manfred would be at the bottom.
Well, no.
You take, actually, literally, here's how you can make this work.
Oh my God, Polly hates everything we do on this channel. What is going on? Why is he here?
Yeah, exactly. Willow, you're kind of right. I would probably say take Manfred, move him down.
Lady-O? Wait, so this is like Inception. We're like ranking the... What?
Take Manfred, move him down to the bottom, and then bump everyone up 1, basically, is I think what you would do. Literally, and then this would be correct. Okay. Okay. But what we want to do is not so much a ranking as much as we're trying to figure out who would go where, and we're going to have a discussion with chat about who would go where. So,
which vacation spot makes the most sense?
Yeah, so let me go through the vacation spots in case you can't tell what they are. At first, we have Disney World, not Disneyland. So whoever goes here will be have access to the greater Orlando, Florida area, Central Florida. You don't have to just do Disney World things, although I know that by the time you've paid for the pass, it does feel like that's mostly what you want to do. But Universal Studios, you can go to the beach.
Yeah.
I've actually heard it's a bit of a drive, but I've actually heard the west coast of Florida is really nice. That's the golf.
I have never been. You've been to Florida.
I've been to Florida, not much though, honestly. Okay, next is the Grand Canyon.
Well, where should we put Disney World?
Well, I want to go through and talk about all these locations real quick so people know. Meg, have you been to the Grand Canyon?
I haven't actually.
You weirdly haven't. I have.
I know. It's really close to Vegas, which you can get to it via helicopter, like very quickly.
Vegas is helicopter tours out to the Grand Canyon and back. I honestly think that's probably one of the best ways to see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
too.
I'd really like to do a donkey ride.
Guys, like, I have a funny story. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
A donkey ride.
It'd be terrifying, but it'd be super cool.
Yeah, when I was young, I went to the Grand Canyon on a road trip, and we got to one part of the Grand Canyon, and we got out, and there was a sign that was like a road sign telling you where it was like, Phoenix this far away or whatever.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is it's like Grand Canyon north side, 250 some miles away. So basically, to go see the other side of the Grand Canyon, you had to get in your car and drive 250 miles. That's like a day of driving just to get to the other side of the Grand Canyon. Anytime I will say this, I have used this thing in my life, and before you think about this, you might get triggered and sign out when I say this.
Oh, please don't.
There's this thing that I have observed throughout my life where somebody will say, it's just a big hole in the ground. I usually have found that people who take that approach to the concept of the Grand Canyon to be unimaginative assholes. It is really awesome. It is not just a big hole in the ground.
Yeah, if you want to sign off after you say that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you should appreciate the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's really cool. Some of the water running through it is absolutely beautiful. It's really cool. Okay, moving on, Hollywood. And in general, Southern California, but in particular, we're going to say kind of doing like the Hollywood things. We've lived in this area. You grew up in this area. I lived there for a couple years with you. I actually really love Southern California.
Southern California is fine. I don't like the traffic. I don't like the heat. I find the people to be a little more... the more you get to know it, not on the surface, but the more you get to know the people,
it's a little
culture,
Southern.
It's surface level. It's Hollywood.
I've never found that to be true.
Well, I've lived there my whole life, and I have.
I found that to be a cliche.
I have to pee.
Oh.
I might die.
Oh,
if
go
I
do
don't
that. Go do that. Go do that. Okay.
You're gonna have to carry this for a minute.
Yeah, I'll refute her point while she's not here to argue back. I found that largely to be surface level. What I found that's surprising about Southern California is I find it to feel somewhat southern after living in the Bay Area. But that said, the Bay Area is peak rich tech prick. So like snootiness. So you go down to Southern California and suddenly you see a lot more trucks and truck balls and that kind of stuff. In general, Southern California is awesome. Hollywood is great. What are the Hollywood things? Yeah, so here's a really dumb one, Polly. Looking at the Hollywood sign, because it's completely pointless. There it is. It's not that interesting to begin with. That's it. You can go to like the Wax Museum. You can spend a day kind of like looking at the stars, the Chinese theater. You can like spend a day doing that. That's fine. Otherwise, honestly, the best Southern California vacation I would recommend is go on a hike, regardless of the season. Just be prepared for it based on the weather. It could be hot. Go to the beach. Go to Venice Beach. The Griffith Observatory is cool.
It's beautiful out there.
Venice Beach is cool. Really good food in LA. Just you can make a good LA trip. It is gonna be pricey though. All right.
You have not heard good things about LA generally. I mean, I feel like I like LA. Like visiting it is annoying because it's hard to navigate and like this public transit sucks and you'll be in one spot. It's not walkable. Like it is not walkable.
But it is really drivable. But there's a lot of traffic.
It's traffic. Yeah. Like it's drivable, but you have no other choice. So there's traffic. It sucks. But it's
trying to trigger me. Because that is not true.
You can't. Ooh.
Better than LA? No way. No. I think he's just joking.
The problem with LA is that it's spotty. You have to go from spot to spot to spot. You cannot just go walk around.
There's a famous quote about it.
You have to hunker down for a day.
Yeah, there's a famous quote about LA that it's actually like 28 suburbs searching for a city.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I think it's very cool in that way. Like it's its own thing. But it's not, I can't imagine it's that fun as a tourist to deal with because you have to rent a car.
Having a guide.
And like you'll be walking in a nice area and turn a corner and all of a sudden you're in Skid Row. And it's like, whoa, what happened? Like it's messy, but there's parts of it that are very cool, very unique, very like this is LA, like this is like I don't know, like this is what makes it special.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on there. But so yeah, like Soups, you haven't heard good things about LA. Hollywood is not. You say it's funny because Hollywood aside, Hollywood sucks. Hollywood is like full of tourist shit, like bullshit, and it's not. It's covered in piss and stuff like that. Like, it's not nice.
If you want to go to LA
do some like non-touristy shit.
Find a hotel in Culver City. Make Culver City your base. Because in Culver City
we're talking too much about LA.
It's not too expensive.
It's my fault.
And there's some things to do. And then you're west of LA. That's where all the cool stuff is. Pasadena is also nice too. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
But staying in California, we've got Napa.
Yeah,
Wine country.
I think this trip though. Sorry, your image is of Hollywood, so it should be Hollywood. Like that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Like this vacation for the Mortark is centered around Hollywood.
Sure. Okay.
All right, vineyards.
This is Napa, Sonoma.
Going wine cruising.
Yeah, you're not too far from Tahoe. Kind of Northern California stuff. Redwoods could happen here too, but the bulk of it is going to be wine tasting. So keep that in mind. It's going to be it's going to be a wine thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is us. This is near us. They could visit us if they were doing this.
That'd be fun. We're there, yeah. You get us as part of it.
Yeah.
Or these fucking Mortarks.
These Mortarks, yeah. So, you're not far from SF.
Which one of these Mortarks wants to come visit me the most?
Yeah, you're not...
Manfred?
You're not far from SF. You're not far from a lot of things. And the best wines in the world, right here. Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. New York City... You know, I have to say,
I still haven't been.
I found something really interesting when I was in London. For the one day we went to London, I went to London. I saw multiple people wearing New York shirts and New York hats. Now, according to like some world political, financial, cultural designating institute, I can't remember what it is. They kind of give ranks to cities that are based on essentially how important they are to humanity. New York is number 1 and London is number 2.
I'm not surprised, yeah.
And so, and those two cities alone are at this top designated rank. And I forget what organization this is. And that's probably a bunch of finance assholes. But the point is, I've never been somewhere and saw so many people with New York stuff on as when I was in London. And it was so like, funny. Oh my God, all the Londoners want to be associated with New York. Yeah.
I mean,
in New York, they all have LA and stuff on in Tokyo.
I guess so. Yeah. That's funny because I have that UK bikini and I'm like, I feel like kind of lame like wearing this around. Like I don't want to wear a shirt from another place.
Right,
like,
right.
It seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Dorks. All right, moving on.
New York is, you can definitely have an amazing, we're planning a New York trip later.
In a couple years.
Next year,
Probably not next year. We got to go to Italy.
Okay, so.
We'll see you in Italy.
Yeah. Well, we canceled our other trip, so we might.
See.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So anyway, New York, super cool. I don't know if you guys have been to New York. Anyone's been to New York. You got a lot going on. Culturally, as far as
it's like the center of the world, kind of, right? Like economic,
any kind of food,
economic center of the world,
any kind of food in the world you want.
So that's kind of interesting. That's good to.
Yeah. And then what's cool about the food is it also, in addition to like you can get anything. That's kind of the thing to remember about New York is whenever you hear about a city being known for something. Like, San Francisco is known for its Pride Parade and its LGBT community. Well, New York's is like 10 times bigger.
Sure.
They're just not known for it, right? Like, because
they'd be known for everything.
They'd be known for everything, right?
Which they kind of already are.
Things are diluted down because it's like just such a huge place. New York is super cool.
Yeah, you're right, Polly. I agree.
What's he say?
It's worse to wear the city gear in the city it represents.
That's the worst thing. That's a great way to get beat up. Yeah.
Okay, but... Moving on.
Last but not least, and by not least I mean certainly least, is the I-80 world's biggest truck stop. Now, you would not normally, there's a caveat here. I'm not saying that the vacation is only the truck stop.
Oh.
But the vacation is a road trip.
Oh. I think it should just be the truck stop.
Around the U.S.
That's what I thought we were doing.
Well, you can't vacation at just the truck stop.
Why not? You can if you're delusional.
That's true.
Hint.
So the world's biggest truck stop. I don't know if it's the greatest one. Meg and I have been here a couple times.
It's fine.
It is fine. We took a shower there.
It's pretty good for a truck stop.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's big. You are
massive.
In Iowa, I think, when you're here. I believe it is in Iowa, if I recall. So it's not a bad place to be in the middle of the summer, except that it is actually an awful place to be in the middle of summer because it's extremely
in a place it's like humid. There's buggy. Yeah, it's not like it's a great location. It's just kind of cool because it's a big ass truck stop.
Look at this.
It's like the Disneyland of truck stops.
Look at this European. Why do I want my truck stop to be big? Oh my God, Polly.
Europeans don't want anything to be big. Yeah.
Here's your coffee. It's like a.
Oh my God! And their cup holders are like this.
Here's your coffee for the day.
We don't all drive around with our freaking espressos.
I know. Go to hell, Polly.
Come on.
All right. Anyway, sorry, Polly. Sorry.
Yeah, Polly. I'm not sorry.
We just talked about how we.
All right. So anyway,
we bully Polly.
We do bully Polly too much. But let's start mixing and matching.
I'm going to toss the first one out, folks at home. Disney World, Orlando, Florida, driving up and down. The Wang of America.
I feel like
Meg is really trying to rein in that it's one spot. I'm saying you're gonna.
I think that's wrong. I think
you're gonna be in the area.
No. Well, I'm gonna go. I don't want to go in order. That's annoying. I want to start with what I know, and that is that Usharan would choose the truck stop as his vacation because he doesn't know any better. He thinks it's the biggest, coolest, cheapest thing. It must be great. It must be grand. I'm Usharan. Here's where we're going.
He's hanging out at the truck stop. He thinks it's cool.
Disneyland. He thinks he got a good deal on a cool vacation.
They'd kick his ass out after a day or two, though.
He'd eat them all. He's so big. What would they do?
No, I think they have to follow laws when they're here. I think we have to set some parameters.
We have to assume that to be the case. Fine, but
they're all wealthy. They're all very wealthy.
I'm putting Usharan at the truck stop. I guess you don't feel the same way.
I'm curious what chat thinks, but I do actually kind of agree with you right now.
I also want Manfred to come to Napa so that we can hang out. So can we put Manfred at Napa?
No, that's a horror. Oh right, I can't change it here. That's a horrible reason to do that.
But I want.
All right, so we're starting here.
Let's put him there, and if something better comes along, we'll change it. But for now, I want Manfred and Napa.
Manfred Napa. Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You think Manfred is going to appreciate good wine? Yeah. Neferata,
He'll appreciate
Napa.
hanging out with me.
Yeah, Neferata. Yeah, I think so too. Soups and Liberty calling it. Neferata is going to Napa. She's gonna wine taste.
Where can I go hang out?
She wants to be pretentious. She wants to be pretentious.
Where can I go hang out with Manfred?
Manfred is probably, in my opinion. Oh, Liberty, you think Usharon should be Hollywood? It's fake. Again,
that's what I was thinking too.
Hollywood.
Usharon's either Hollywood or no. We're not doing this. It's not all of Southern California. That's crazy big. It's Hollywood. It's a Hollywood-centered vacation.
This idea that like Hollywood is fake is so like
it is.
It feels so childish to me.
It is.
Like,
I mean, lots of places are fake, right? It's like it's Hollywood. That's like, the whole thing.
It's like Texas's
they're
Cowboys.
Making movies.
But movies aren't fake. We're going to see a movie today.
Movies are fake.
But that doesn't mean the people.
Movies, but that's okay.
That's a career. Like, yeah, I just don't.
The
it's
career
a weird.
is real, but the industry is built upon telling a story. Like it's built upon.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I made my point. So anyway, that's fine. Okay. I just want to. We'll get to Manfred at some point, but I want to be where Manfred is. So. Maybe it should be Disneyland.
That's fine. We're going to break away from that
because
we keep talking about that, and I'm not sure it has anything to do with where they would actually go.
That's fine.
It's
where'd Lady O go?
It's entirely side element of where you want to go.
I think Catacross to me seems like a New York boy. Like Bones is his money, and like New York is like where all the money is.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That said, they don't accept Bones as money in New York.
Why would Manfred want to hang out with Meg? Doesn't he have cooler people to go? Rude, Liberty. I'm okay. I'm at least as cool as Manfred, right? All right.
Willow, okay. I understand your point, Willow. That is correct.
That's fair.
That is where you're most likely to see the most amount of cowboys. It's just like it's not all cowboys. That's kind of my point. So I guess the point stands as well. Against what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's talk about Disney World. Who goes to Disney World? I will say this. Lady O. Okay, Manfred. So I'm gonna offend some people here.
Oh boy.
Including
me,
Soups potentially and
that's fine.
His partner. So please make sure she's not listening.
Yeah, get Sarah out of the room.
For me, Disney World is I would consider the lowest brow of all these possible vacations.
Gasp.
Only maybe the truck stop is more.
Well,
is more like.
The truck stop implies a road trip, like you said, which is very American, like in its concept, right? Like, and that's kind of a cool cultural thing about Americans, right? We do a lot of road trips. So I get that.
But hanging out there for a week.
It is like a little higher brow.
But it is true. But if you
I'm sorry, but I agree with you. Hanging out at Disneyland for a week is kind of like, okay.
But I would pick it over hanging out at the truck stop for a week.
Yes, but not Usharon. Usharon would not, because he's like,
I
got this cheap trip to Disneyland for my whole
no, Usharon is
court. So that's where we're going, and they're just at this truck stop.
And they think it's showers, Disneyland. And they love the showers. Usharon is in a pair of flip-flops.
It's true, Polly. It's true.
He's in a pair of flip-flops.
I know you think we're joking, but it's true.
He's got his big gulp, and he's like really excited.
He's very excited. Yeah.
Usharon's having the time of his life.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, New Orleans probably would have been on the list if there were more Tarks to Steve for sure. Bourbon Street. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that because. That said, what I was going to say about Disney World is it's got the castles and the princesses. That's Lady Olinda. She was a princess.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that.
Lady
Do it here. Like Saray blowing up the 69. Wait, put it. It's fine.
Lady
down to the bottom. Oh, you're driving me crazy. It's fine.
Lady O wants to be a Disney princess.
That's fair.
Tell me if I'm wrong, folks at home, but this is what I'm going with for now.
But I think, what about Catacross and New York? Like, I know that they don't accept Bones as money, but it doesn't matter. He'd go there thinking he'd have lots of bones to spend. No? Okay.
Well, no, it's true. He does think bones are money.
Yeah.
He does think bones are money. Oh, look, you can do it here if you leave it perfectly right.
Well, okay.
Okay. No, that doesn't make sense to anyone else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no one knows. I think Arkin is a nerd. I could see him being a nature nerd. Oh, okay. Arkin's the nerd of the group.
Okay, great.
I could see him being like, I can't wait to see the majestic
pits?
The majestic Arctic swallow during its migration route through the Grand Canyon. That's what Arkin would want to do.
All right.
And then I do see Manfred in Hollywood because he's a wheeler and a dealer. I think he wants to get his movies, he wants to get his story sold. How I screwed up the old world and started Age of Sigmar. That's what he did, right? He's like, he's the one that apparently that.
And I could go down and visit him when I go see my dad.
Yeah, you can drive down and visit Manfred.
Drive down and visit Manfred, my boyfriend. Okay.
This is what we're thinking. What do we think, folks at home? What did we get wrong here?
They're like everything. Yeah.
I definitely could see Lady O wanting to go to New York. It's a little more cosmopolitan. That's kind of her vibe.
Yeah. Then Disneyland.
But I think the Disney princess thing is going to be,
Yeah. That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, probably visit Dad and Daddy.
Ew, don't. Polly. Just like new lows all the time, Polly.
No, Liam, actually, we came up with this segment like 15 minutes before the stream.
It was a scramble.
Yeah. So I did not decide. He said I decided last night.
No, yeah. We were kind of stressed this morning trying to figure out what we were going to do. We had all yesterday to figure out what we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there it is.
There it is. We did it.
We did it. What you've always wanted to know, where do the Mortarks go on vacation when they visit the United States?
Yeah. I know I made a jab about spending a week at Disneyland. It's true. I do think low of people that do that. But I'm one of them. I'm going to do this one day. I'm going to spend a week at Disneyland.
I don't think like less of those people.
I just can't imagine only wanting to do that for a week.
I just didn't grow up with caring about Disney stuff.
It's not Disney. Well, Disney is fine. Disney. I don't care what the theme is, but like as a park, as a theme park, Disneyland is pretty fucking
awesome.
Cool. It's like the best one, I think.
Yeah.
Like the rides are not as scary as some of the other places, but it's nice inside. You feel safe. The food isn't bad. Everything's clean. Bad. Like you don't see the behind the scenes nonsense. They keep everything looking. It's very facade. You know, it's like one giant facade.
Full disclosure.
They do a good job of it.
Meg and I had Disneyland in California passes when we lived in Southern California. We had Disneyland passes, and
it was great.
It was super fun.
It was nice because you would go for like an hour at a time. You didn't need. You'd go get dinner, go on a ride, come home.
Like
it was
a
like
Wednesday,
a nice date night.
We go Wednesday.
There.
You go like Wednesday at 6 p.m. and like
during
the school year, and there's like no one there. It's super cool.
Highly recommend if you live there.
Although they've gone up tremendously in price. Maybe not that one. That kind of. There's a pass you can get that's basically like I don't ever show up on weekends or holidays,
which I think is what we have.
And it's probably very cheap.
At the time when we lived there, it was $100 for the year. Yeah.
But the nice thing about both Disneyland and Disney World, and I'm guessing this is somewhat true for the international ones as well, is that they are centered in locations where there are other things to do, and in both cases, it's not just that there are even other parks to go to. There's nature stuff to go to as well. Like Disney World, you can go to the Everglades, you can go to the beaches. Florida has some cool nature stuff. Everglades is a little bit of a hike. You can go to a big city. You can go to Miami. Again, a little bit of a hike from Disney World, but they're not located in the middle of nowhere, and that's like all there is to do.
Yeah, that's nice.
So making a week-long vacation, and I'm sure their hotels are amazing.
I know. I would like to go. Like
although expensive,
Kate and I want to go have a girls' trip at Disneyland and stay at the nice hotels and kind of enjoy it as adults who have money to spend, not kids who have to ask their parents for everything. I think that'd be fun to do with her once.
Polychrome. You got to visit Paris if you go to Disneyland Paris, so that's a negative.
Yeah, that's fair. I do. Yeah, next time we go to Europe, the UK, wherever, I would like to squeeze in like even a day trip to Paris would be kind of cool. Like I've never been someone who's like, oh, I got to go to Paris one day, but it'd be pretty cool if we're already over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine. Like I've never been like a travel person. Like, oh, I gotta do all this traveling when I'm an adult. Like bucket list, blah blah blah. It's never really been something of mine that I cared too much about. But now that I've been once over there, I'm like, okay, I gotta try and work all this other stuff in. I don't know why. Like, road tripping was always something, like, that's been important to me. Like, I love road tripping across the country. I want to drive to Canada and Alaska. Like, I want to do those types of things. But, like, traveling abroad has never been high up on my list. Not like I have anything against it. It's just not something I've thought about most of my life.
We both do enjoy road trips.
Yeah. Anyway.
We haven't done it. I really want to do a road trip where we really meander.
Yeah, it's really hard. Especially with the channel. Like, my vacation time is used up on trips and events and stuff, like, related to the channel. Mm-hmm. When you do a road trip, I can't work remote from the road the way you can work remote from a hotel room, right?
Yeah.
So I really have to truly take off like a month or whatever it is, right?
Right.
To go do this stuff. So they're kind of tricky right now. Doing a trip abroad is somehow easier. Probably because I can work remotely through as much of it as I need to. Because the travel is quick. It's getting somewhere.
Okay. Mine too.
It's not like Vegas make.
Okay, I think it's time to chat some fan stuff.
We do. Yeah, we have a lot of fan stuff. We have bingo to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like project of the week and all that is coming up.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, let me pull up the thing that shows. Oh, let's close this.
Who did what? Yeah. Close what? No one knows what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'm going to put it back on us. Now go ahead.
Yeah.
Can we I want to say who this is.
Me too.
Can we pull that up?
Me too.
Oh, wait. We didn't talk about this last time? With the Tyrannid head?
It might have been not finished yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've... Here, can I have the thing so I can double check
Yeah,
stuff?
make sure we're on the same... that the right file has been pulled up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to come back to us so you can talk while I do this, because then it's not awkward.
Okay.
This isn't awkward at all.
All right. Meanwhile, back here, I am waiting for this to dry. I'm going to start doing a little bit of verdigris. I kind of don't want to do... I kind of hate this thing. I kind of hate how it's coming out. I don't want to do too much verdigris, though, because, like Meg said, there's like kind of multiple colors going on already.
Yeah, we covered this one, but it's okay. We can show it again. This is Wrecker. I'm not sure why it's in here twice, though. So, okay, whatever. We'll just mention it really quickly, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. Oh, you know what sometimes happens is you add a couple after I add them on Saturday night usually, and then you come in and add a couple.
That didn't happen this time.
That didn't happen? Okay.
No.
I'm saying from last week. Like, you might have added this one in between.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We got there. But yeah, we did cover Wreckers. This piece last week is pretty cool. I love the Tyrannid head, of course. Okay, whose was this? I'm trying to remember.
Siege Roots?
Yeah. Look at this sea of blue.
Yeah, Siege Roots. Getting a lot of Ultramarines done. I'm guessing this is 2,000 points of Ultramarines. I don't know what a 40k army looks like these days.
Aw.
But I'm liking it. I like the output.
You like the output?
I like the output.
I see.
I like the output. Nice work.
What a crop.
Good to see. Yeah, good to see from you, Siege Roots. I think I'm saying that right. Good to see from you. Okay. This is Haiti, but not quite finished yet, actually.
No, but it was, we were noticing there's like a lot of little like hobby twins happening this week. And Haiti and Devin took the same class at Adepticon.
Yeah.
Right? And Devin finished his up. I think it's in here. It might be next. I can't remember when it happens, but this is Haiti's progress. And so you wanted to feature it, right? Because Devin's is also in here. And they're little hobby twins this week. But this is gorgeous.
And they both look great. Yeah, they both look great. They're like, I think it's really nice to get to take these kind of classes, because then even though these busts are bigger than our miniatures for our armies, you can kind of like sit here and like really think about what you're doing with a face, a hood, a hair, eyes, lips, whatever. And then you get your own models, you get your stuff. I find a lot of times it's hard to do the same stuff that you do in a bust. But some of it you can still learn from. Hair is a good one, for example. Hair, you can often still do some of the same things.
I mean, it's impossible in some cases.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you consider, like, oh, I'm not doing this to, like, 40 models or whatever, however many it is you... Or that we'll just work with silly numbers, 1,000 models. But the principles that you learn can still be applied, maybe, you know, in less... like in a lower, I don't know.
I mean, for lack of a better phrase, less good.
Like not less good, but like you can take fewer steps. Like you can dumb it down a little bit, but you can still get those principles out there. So I think that's why these classes are so good. Whose was this? Was this Andy's? Yeah, this is Andy. Mm-hmm. This is another, okay, so more like hobby twins. You'll see a lot of orange and blue. I feel like there's been a handful of projects this week that have focused on like the orange and blue combo, which I can see happening here. Yeah. It's not on purpose. It's just like, something I've noticed. Right? Almost like the snow bases, right? Like everyone was doing snow bases. I'm seeing a lot of orange and blue. These are cool, Andy. What is this? This is
Leagues of Votan.
Votan. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. I actually really like this. This is like very drab, kind of, in a good way. Like, is it orange? Is it brown? Kind of doesn't quite read. It almost reads as brown, right? It is orange, but it almost reads as brown.
Yeah, well, cool. Orange is like brown. Just a lighter version of brown, really. Right. This was... whose was this? Was this Pat? This was Pat, yes. Look at this. This
is a fire belly. We don't see a lot of this
I've
model.
never seen this model before. It's like, what is happening here?
Yeah, it's sort of a weird model in the Ogre Maul tribe range because it's not a Gutbuster or a Beastclaw Raider. And so people tend to not take him historically because you're like, oh, he doesn't benefit from any of those rules. Yeah. He's almost like an ally the ogres have in their own book. But it's cool, and I love the work he's done on it here. I'm liking the fire and the smoke. I'm liking the hammer. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. It's very funny. Yeah. This model, like, just in general, I'm like, what is he doing?
Really excited for Pat to be getting into Sigmar a little bit more. And yeah.
This is Chef's.
This is Chef. He's trying out a Seraphon.
Another hobby twin. He's hobby twins with Soups this week.
Both of them,
They both have like a very similar scheme going on with their Seraphon that they're working on.
And they're both kind of getting back into it.
Yeah. So this is Chef's. We'll see Soups in a little bit, but very fun. I love the base here, man. Like, look how cool his built-up base is. I feel like this is one of the best bases I've seen.
Is that like a resin? Is that like a company shop?
I love it. Little plants, yeah. This is Filippo.
Yeah.
Look how I love the tusk work. It's so clean. Mm-hmm. The transitions between colors. It's really nicely done.
Yeah, really, really good. We haven't seen him do terrain yet, really. Probably the closest thing.
Is this terrain? This isn't a model. It's on a base.
I know it is. It is interesting. The orc faction terrain actually comes on a base.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of a good thing.
Kind of a good thing.
Yeah. I like it. It lets you tie it in with the rest of your army, hobby-wise, and then gameplay-wise, it, defines the footprint. Yeah. So I'm kind of into it. But it is the first one we've seen do that, and I'm not holding out faith that others in the future will do that. In fact, we already know that they haven't, because the Soulblight Gravelords / Nighthaunt one did not. Although their footprints are pretty well defined. This would be kind of hard to define its footprint since it's up on poles, right?
Right.
Speaking of more terrain, here's Voodoo Fairy. He's making more stuff here to match this board.
That nice teal roof.
Yeah, I love the moss on the roof that he's done here. Yeah. And the wood is quite good too. Yeah. Is it?
I am enjoying how the direction this project is going, and I like to see it continue to get built up.
Nice work.
Really pretty. Yeah.
Nice work, Voodoo.
Thank you, Voodoo. Oh, yeah, I love it. There's Devon's. The other hobby twin with Haiti. Yeah. So Devon's is finished. He took it upon himself to finish it up recently, because Adepticon was a while ago.
Apparently he got yelled at for giving her freckles.
He got yelled at? Yeah. What's wrong with freckles?
I don't know. I think it was like not
really.
You
guys don't like freckles?
Not really getting yelled at, but like
Well.
Like maybe making more work for himself than he had to. Go back for a second. I just wanted to call out one thing.
Oh, okay.
The cloth on her hood is
it's
really
impeccable.
good.
Look at this.
It's
like it looks like leather.
Leather, yeah.
Like leathery or like worn. Maybe it's like a worn fabric.
It almost looks like denim.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. Purple denim.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's very cool. Other hobby twin, blue and orange.
Yeah, who's this?
This is Boris, I think.
Oh, yeah. Boris, right. Yeah. Boris, interesting to see him do something a little different than he usually does.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, this is great. Greyfax. Is this character's name.
Okay.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to say about... Oh.
The texture is
texture.
like the
Again, same thing inside
like,
of it. Yeah.
Metal and stuff going on. Very cool. Yeah.
More Boris.
This is strange. We don't usually do that.
We just had to get traditional Boris.
Had to get two, so you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, there's some more traditional Boris stuff.
Yeah.
There's some normal Boris stuff.
This is Dark Hobo. Yeah. I always feel so funny like using that name.
He's
out loud in Hobby Hang. He's
been in Hobby Hang recently.
Started showing up in Hobby Hang.
And we call him Hobo. We're like, hey, Hobo.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, that's your name, but still, I'm sorry.
You did this to yourself. Yeah, this is cool. We painted the studio ones pretty similarly, with the red roof and the green flames. It's a cool kit. It's a super fun kit. He was rushing to get this done for an event. Looks like he did.
Yeah, got to get it done.
Yeah.
It looks great.
My only complaint about this kit is that if you were like if you wanted a general AOS terrain, sometimes we say, well, I could use faction terrain as general AOS terrain, but a lot of times we don't want to do that because it's sort of like, associated specifically with rules and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, 40K, this could be cool terrain, honestly. The box is kind of worth it. I'll be honest with you. It's a good box. Yeah. Moving on. Nice work, Dark Hobo. Moving on. This is you switched the picture. I think the one you picked is much better.
Shafrowski.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cult of Nine. His Tzeentch. He's a Tzeentch guy.
I freaking love this scheme so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the base. I would love to be taken through this journey. If you could make sure to show more work in progress of this army. I just love the way you've done all the different elements of this piece. The banner, the way you've painted the model itself, like the character, the bases are so cool, so unique.
Yeah, it's a great Tzeentch.
Yeah.
Great Tzeentch stuff going on here.
Yeah, if you, Shafrowski, if you think to put more of your process, we would love to see it, because this is a really fun project to look at. Yeah. Soy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice cape work.
There's our soy. Yeah. Zach, did he do the bases? What do you have to say about that?
I do see some texture down there.
Okay.
And they look very black, though.
Yeah, what do we have to say about that
for
soy? So that he can get sad.
Well, we don't normally... We try to... in Hobby Hangs, we try to... in this show, we try to not give unsolicited advice. We used to have a critique section. But we stopped doing those on air because, quite frankly... They get covered really good advice before we can get to them by our community members, right? And
yeah.
I mean, listen.
It's a good community.
It's a good community, and a lot of them are better painters than us. Let's be honest, right? Devin gets in there and gives critiques. What I was going to say is, Soy, I'm going to critique your bases. They do need a little more work.
They're not done.
They're not done.
Soy, you're not done. But we love you, and we love seeing your process.
Yeah.
And progress. Cody.
We know this guy.
Guys, we know Cody. This is gorgeous, as are all of his models. Coming up at the end of this month is a class by Cody. So if you're a Mandrill and you're in our Discord, you can attend this workshop. It's on the 22nd. It's right after a stream. So check that out because, it's done by this guy. He's a great painter.
It's done by Cody. Do you think Timbit will attend the class?
Oh, definitely. Timbit is not egotistical.
Like Cody is?
Like Cody is, yeah. Cody's very egotistical.
Timbit will be in there. What I think Timbit's going to do is
so pretty.
During the class, he'll temporarily unmute himself to cough.
Yeah.
And be bullshit.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Oh man, it's so pretty. Yeah. I love the color work here. I love I'm looking forward to like seeing your distress process.
Well, can I say two things?
Sure.
One,
real quick, running out of time.
Guys, we're out of time here. We can't. One, I love this style. I hope he never changes this style. Yeah, like the time Cody came in and picked then to put groceries away.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And stay unmuted.
Like, clearly he's paying attention.
Tim, it's like, I'm getting ready for the summer. I had all this wood to run through the wood chipper. Tim, would you mind going on mute? So, don't ever change your style, man. This is so cool. But actually, you know what? Again, like the weird call out here is his base.
I love that base.
It breaks away a little bit from the style, and looks like grimy, and I don't know. It looks very good. I like it.
You don't know. It looks really good.
It looks good.
It's great. See you guys end of June in Cody's Hobby Hang Workshop. If you're a mandrel, join it. If you're not, become one.
See you then. Not before. Okay. Speaking of, here he is. Here's our truck stop.
Yeah, here he is on his way to his truck stop vacation.
He's so excited.
Wraith 47, semi-new to the server.
I think. Might have been. This might have been. Oh yeah, they jumped in and dropped a ton of work, and I kind of picked the first really awesome thing I saw. There's a lot of really awesome stuff. We usually only do one thing unless we're trying to make people see normal Boris shit. Here's some normal Boris shit, and then here's some special Boris stuff.
What?
So I'm saying we normally just do one. We do one stuff for people.
This is Wraith 47.
I know.
Oh.
I was citing that I only used one thing of Wraith 47s, but today we did happen to do two things of Boris's. But there was a reason for it.
What does that have to do with Boris?
Oh my! Help me out here, audience.
Wraith. I like your Usharon. I like the gross green skin color that you have going on here. What were you going to say about it, Zach? Let's talk about Wraiths. I don't want to talk about Boris's stuff. We talked about Boris's stuff.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, so let's talk about Wraith. Stop talking about Boris.
All right. Sorry, Boris.
Jesus.
I tried to make this about you, Boris.
Leave him. We're talking about Wraith.
I know. Okay.
I like Wraith's skin a lot. Like, I really like how it's sickly green, and it goes to these really cool, like, red seal points.
Yeah,
you know? Like, the extremities are like dirty. I really like that that look here.
Faces in the cloth done well.
Yeah.
That's a little secret thing you don't often notice about Usharon until someone really does a good job.
He has other faces attached to him.
Good.
Oh, the crown.
Good verdigris, so good crown. Everything's very well done.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say though is that they dipped into the Discord and just dropped a ton of their projects.
Yes, thank you. Right.
And
there we go.
Why I was talking about Boris is because
now it all makes sense.
We don't normally show more than one thing. But what I was just gonna say is make sure you check the finish because
there's a ton of stuff from Wraith.
Wraith did one thing that I really appreciate, which is they put finished stuff in finished. So something to think about soy, and then 2 soy and some others, and then 2 Hattie, often you, and then 2 it's just a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. Submitting work is we really appreciate when you guys do it. It is a great way to then get called out on a Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Deal with us. Find out what you did wrong.
Oh my God, we don't do that. But anyways, we do have Project of the Week.
Project of the Week.
And this week it's actually Soups.
It's Soups.
Yeah.
If you're wondering where Soups stuff was.
Yeah, Soups is like sitting over there crying like, they didn't like any of my work.
What's kind of funny is you were like, so we were trying to figure out Project of the Week. And I wasn't sure what I wanted it to be. But what's really even more funny is, again, not putting more than one person's thing on. I almost didn't put this on because Soups also had his Saurus Warrior that he has started.
We'll get to that.
Okay, and I like the Saurus Warrior a lot. But I know he's been working on this thing a lot with the... So I think if people say synthwave, and that's correct, but this is actually a particular type of synthwave color palette that people often call Outrun.
Oh.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's very well done.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I love the freehand. He was, I think, starting to work on this in Hobby Hang, getting people's feedback and thoughts and whatever. And it just came out so nice. Yeah, I think it's cool that he added in the freehand. He didn't have to do that. And I think it's a really good use of all the different colors you'd expect to see with this style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's project of the week, which leaves us now with bingo. So if you guys are new to the server or you're in the server but you've been shy about this, just do it. It's just a motivator, you know. There's no competition here. It's just for you to motivate yourself. Grab a bingo card. Liberty can help you if you get lost, if you can't find it. It's in the Hobby Bingo channel where you should be posting your progress because we share it on stream, which is what we're about to do. And you can also you can earn badges for completing your bingo board. So do that.
Burn them up.
Do that. It's going to be relevant, extremely relevant sometime soon. And then, yeah, here's what we have this week. So there's Soups. There's Soups' double coverage.
That's not Soups.
No, but it was Soups for a second. Oh. He's in bingo.
That's not a Saurus Warrior. That
was an Asaurus Warrior. There is no such thing as a Saurus Warrior, right? Saurus Guard and... Yeah, I guess Saurus Warrior is the other one. Huh?
Oh, yeah, and I guess the Saurus Warrior.
The Saurus Warrior. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
There's no such thing as a Saurus Warrior.
There's no such thing as a Saurus Warrior. There it is. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This is, right, because he's Hobby Twins with Chef this week. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it looks
all
good.
the Hobby Twins, yeah.
That's Chef. Is that Chef?
No.
The Cute Boys?
No, that's not Chef.
Who is that?
I'm pulling it up right now. Calm down. That is the Steve.
Oh, the Steve 19. Yeah, we know this guy.
The Steve 19 or the Steve 49? Never mind.
Two?
Okay. No, I'm trying to remember the damn name correctly. So there's 19. The Steve. Let's see. This is Soups. We're going to go through it. This is the Steve. Would help if you guys put your names on your stuff like Soups does. This is Chef.
Teacher's Pet.
Yeah, Teacher's Pet. Good one. And then this is Nexagon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
Very nice. What a time to be alive.
Good job, you guys. I see some bingos here. Soups, you're very close to finishing this card. Are you going to start another one? Anyway, that's where we're at.
How far did you get in Neferata? Yeah.
I mean, pretty done. Like,
yay.
The only thing I have left, there she is.
Looks great.
It's okay. The only thing I have left is like this bramble.
Okay.
Like some whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about it.
Yeah, the only thing I have left on the
Ooh, look at that blood.
On the drinking
the giant sippy cup.
On the what is this called? The nap and sip. The nap and sip. Lay down there and just gulp your blood. Is the gray. See the gray around the bottom, folks at home? That needs to just get a little bit more dialed in. I've only put a base coat down.
Yeah.
But this is cool. We have I have.
You're not going to see any of this on the top down. That's what you're going to see.
Yeah, I'll try to put it in the flavor cam shot.
That's fine.
And then
here's the top down here. It looks way cooler.
It looks a lot cooler. Yeah. Now what's cool is that we already have a board that these are going to work great on. So that board is not coming up this week though. So you'll see these on the tabletop. It'll be a little while. It'll be about a week and a half, but they'll be on there and you'll get to see it.
Poor Nexagon. Nexagon, we did talk about this earlier. Probably not. What we'll probably end up doing for Spearhead is doing like random Spearhead games in Discord for the Mandrills. Like we've done some practice Mandrill games for AOS. Mm-hmm. We're probably not going to play Spearhead, like stream it. We probably won't. I'm not going to say never because who knows, but it's not on the docket. But we're more likely to bring it up in like a Mandrill practice game on the Discord just for Mandrills. Yeah.
Polly's going to say never.
He'll say never for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because you guys tell us you want to watch it and then nobody watches it.
It's really tough. We
already went over this. You have to go back to the beginning of the stream.
It's really tough. And
yeah, it sucks. It's annoying when that happens.
It's not just
But at least
Spearhead.
we're not lying to you.
Yeah.
We're not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to lie.
I'm going to tell you, you've heard a lot of YouTubers on a lot of war game channels tell you that they're excited to play a game.
They're going to try something, and then it never happens.
Or it happens once,
we're going to be honest.
Poorly and never again.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, but probably we'll do the parent thing. We'll see. Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. Meg, I think we did.
We did it. Yeah, guys. Did we get all of our references? Did you get all your references?
I got 4 out of 5.
Okay, I did 5.
Oh, you did all 5.
I think I did all 5.
So I get to hold the popcorn.
You get to hold the popcorn.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, he's really upset about that.
I missed the Blues Brothers skit. Your favorite one.
Yes. Can you squeeze it in at the end?
I had it and then I missed it. I was gonna be like, hey, it was when you were angry, not angry, but when you were calling me out for ranting. I was gonna be, hey, I'm just trying to save the party, brother.
Oh man, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Okay. I'm very excited to go see Friendship with you.
Yep, in a couple hours. Yeah, we get to have some lunch and do that.
Hang out. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping us motivated. Thanks for the laughs. Thank you, Mandrels, for your extra support. That we're really appreciative that you get to do that and you choose to do that. Keep sending us great or posting your great progress. Tell your story. Show us your work in progress. Talk about your process. We want to pick you for Project of the Week. Yeah. We're not just going off of like one picture, which looks the coolest. We want to hear your story behind your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, folks. Thanks for being here as always. As we like to say, be kind to each other, yourselves. Always be creating. See you around.